What's going on, guys? Armod here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to place builds through walls. Yes, you heard me right. It can be your wall, an opponent's wall, doesn't matter. You can place builds through walls. There's actually two ways you can do this, and today I'm going to show you guys how to do both those methods. So the first method, what you have to do is just box up like normal, and then you're going to place a ramp, but you have to be underneath the ramp, just like that. And then what you have to do is you have to hug this corner between the ramp and the wall. You got to keep hugging the wall until your character is no longer visible, and you go to first person point of view. So just like that, as you guys can see, my character isn't visible. And then what you're going to want to do, hold on, let me just get this wall low real quick. So now if I go to this corner and hug the wall and say I want to place a ramp, I'm going to hold my ramp out, and there you go. As you guys can see, I can place it through this wall. And it doesn't matter how much health the wall has. For example, let me just go to this one right over here. You don't even need any more walls. You just need a single ramp and you can place builds through it. So see, first there is no builds over here, no walls, no ramps, nothing. And now I'm going to go into this corner, place a ramp, place a wall, and there we go. We have a ramp and a wall. And just to clarify, there's no one else in this creative, it's just me, so no one else could have placed these. As you guys can see, you can actually place the builds through walls. The same applies for cones too. I could place a cone too if I wanted to. Should be a cone now, right? Yeah, cone placed all the way back here though. Didn't place it directly over here. So I guess this is a pretty useful method, you know, if you want to place a ramp in your opponent's box or something like that. Yeah, you could do that. And that's the first method, going underneath the ramp. The second method allows you to place a full box. The first method only lets you place a single ramp and a wall, or a cone and a wall. But the next method I'm about to show you guys allows you to place an entire box. So what you got to do for this method is you place a ramp, but this time you go on top of the ramp. And you have to make sure there's a wall right behind you. You don't need the wall behind you, but it's easier if you have it. You got to hug this wall until the character disappears again. Let me do that real quick. We should be... There we go. As you guys can see, we are looking through the wall. We are in first person point of view, and we are still inside the box. Now what I'm going to do is grab my walls, place a couple walls, place a cone, and now when I go around, there's going to be a full box. Ready? Watch this. You see that? Cones, we got walls, a full box. We're missing one wall, but for the most part, it's still very effective. Let's try it over here. As you guys can see, there's no builds over here. Let's place a wall, place a ramp, and now get into first person. And this time I'm going to get this wall low just so that you guys can see exactly how I do it. Just get in this corner. There we go, first person. As you guys can see, I'm actually placing walls and cones through this wall right over here. It's a pretty broken method. I'm not going to lie, it's a pretty broken strategy. With more practice, this actually gets much easier to do. The only hard part about this is timing it properly. So like, it actually takes a couple of seconds to get into this corner. But if you can time it properly, you should be able to get full boxes through walls extremely fast. Alright, if you guys master this method, or both these methods, you're definitely going to have the advantage in a fight. Alright, hypothetical situation, guys. Say, for example, your opponent is boxed up in full metal, right? You can't go and break his wall with your pickaxe, otherwise he's going to edit on you and shoot you. But what you could do with this is place a ramp right over here, hug the corner, place a ramp inside his box, and then you can farm up freely, and then boom, you're inside. You already have the ramp placed, piece control established. And another way you can use this is to fake out. So like, say your opponent's boxed up right over here inside this metal box. What you can do is place the ramp, place this, and then your opponent's probably going to edit out this way. Go up here, boom, piece control, dead. So you see, it is pretty effective. I forgot to mention, guys, both these methods only work on right-hand peek. So you can't actually do it on the left side. Like, I'll show you right now. You can go on top, but the first person bug won't work on the left side. But you see on the right side it works, no hassle. But on the left side, you can't do it. Same thing if you go underneath the ramp. Let me show you guys. So you can do it. You can go first person, but you can't like turn to the side and build. Make sure to remember that you can only do this on the right side, guys, alright? Otherwise, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble if you try to use this in game. So the first method is useful for placing a ramp or a cone inside your opponent's box. I found the second method a bit more useful for making your way into zone. Say you have to extend a couple of tiles into zone. The second method definitely makes that job a bit easier so you don't get sprayed out immediately. For example, you have to go this direction to go into zone. What you could do is, say you're already boxed up here, go on top of your ramp, and then you're going to peek, get that corner peek, and then boom, build a box, tarp in. It's not as fast as regular tarping, but if you have to go a short distance and you want to stay as safe as possible, I think you can do this. With the right amount of practice, it should be a fairly simple method to execute and a very effective one. Let's just recap one more time, guys, before this video ends. The first one, you go underneath your ramp. You only need one ramp and one wall. Go get the first person glitch and build. See, just like that. You guys can see that, right? I built a floor, a ramp, and a wall. Second method, you can place an entire box excluding one wall. So we're just going to go ahead, go on top of the ramp, and then you got to hug this corner between the two walls, back right corner. I can place a full box. There you go. Expect Epic to patch this in the next couple of weeks, guys, because, you know, it is pretty broken. Being able to place ramps and cones and entire boxes through walls. Definitely check it out and use it before then. If you master this exploit, then you already have a huge advantage over your opponents. So definitely check this out, guys, before it gets patched. If you guys found this video useful or entertaining, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.